guys, welcome back to the video. You're watching Big Fish Lad, and today we are going to do a feeding video. But what we're going to do is we're going to feed not all my tanks but some of my tanks, and I'm going to show you what foods I give to certain fish and for what reason I give them foods, because I get asked this question a hell of a lot on Instagram and sometimes on YouTube as to what do I feed my fish. Now, the biggest thing for me, first and foremost, is that the fish wants to eat the food, because there's no good in throwing food in there they're not going to eat, because it's not going to do them any good. So, first and foremost, what foods do they like, and then I go from there. So, obviously, as we go along on the video, guys, I'll show you what I feed, why I feed, and I'll talk to you a little bit about my regime, my feeding regime, and how I go about it, and how many times a day, that kind of thing. So, before we get through with that, guys, before we get going with that, just a quickie, and you know what's coming, but it would be fantastic, guys, if you're not subscribed to this channel, to subscribe to my channel. So all you've got to do is press the subscribe button, ping the bell, and like I've always said to you before, if you get bored or you don't like what you see, just do the same again and you can come away from it. You don't have to subscribe. It's free of charge, and we're aiming for 1,000 this year, guys, so go on, do us a favour and click that button. Right, okay, let's get on with the feeding video, guys. Okay, so the first tank we're going to feed is the Red Devil and his little tank mates, which is convict cichlids and cutter eye cichlids. So obviously there's two different types of fish in there, and they both actually eat two different kinds of food, because the Red Devil will only eat one type of food and I can't get him to eat anything else, but I'm fine with that. And these guys I'm able to give something else. So what we'll do, guys, we'll talk to you a little bit about what foods we're going to feed them, then we'll feed them. So the fish food I feed to this tank is Kari Cichlid Gold, because that's the only food the Red Devil will eat. And if I'm honest with you guys, I'm okay with that. It does him well, he likes it, he looks fantastic, he's healthy, he's vibrant, so I'm okay with that. I also throw the Northland Cichlid formula in there because it's a really good balanced diet for the little guys. And I only feed this tank once a day, guys, because my Red Devil is a bigger fish. He only needs to be fed once a day, in my opinion. And that's how I do it, guys. It's just my opinion. So this tank gets one feed a day, and these are the food that gets fed. So let's feed the fish. So, guys, like I said to you before, it's Cichlid Gold Ikari, and it's Northland Cichlid formula for this tank. So what I tend to do is I get the Northland Cichlid formula first, throw some of that in just to get the little guys on it. He won't eat that, he doesn't like it, and if he does, he spits it out. So we get them eating on that, and then we put the Ikari Cichlid Gold in. So this is for Jaguar, and I always put a little bit more in, because like I said, I only do one feed a day, guys, and to be honest with you, the convicts will eat some of them. When he sees them, he'll start polishing them off. He loves them, and like I said, that's all he eats. And what's more important is that he eats, guys. So I'm okay with him just having those pellets, because look at him, he's stunning, he's vibrant, he's healthy, he's buzzing. So he'll polish them off, guys. He loves them, and like I said to you, the other guys will polish off the Cichlid Gold. So that's that tank, guys, and that is how we feed that tank. So let's move on to another tank. So the next tank we're going to feed is the Trimax Cichlid Trigger. So really lucky with this guy, because he pretty much eats anything, so I can give him anything. So I give him a wide range of food, and I'll be honest with you, I feed this guy 3 times a day because he's still growing. Although he is 5 inches now, look, he's very aggressive. He's attacking his own mirror image in the tank. Crazy guy, look at him, absolute crazy. So I can feed this guy an array of food, so I choose to feed this guy these foods. So we have the Northland Cichlid formula, we have the Northland krill, that's in a bag like that because I ripped the bag, guys, but it's Northland krill. We also use the Ikari Vibra bites because they're high in protein, and I throw him some fluval bug bites in as well. So I feed him 3 times a day, a mixture of these food, but on this occasion, guys, I'm going to throw him some Vibra bites in, because on the 3 occasions I do put some Vibra bites in twice a day, and on this feed it'll just be Vibra bites, guys. So let's feed Trigger. Like I said though, guys, what's really good about Trigger is he's very greedy, so he will eat anything, and you know that's really good for me because I can choose what foods I give him. But in this case, at this moment, we're going to throw him some Akari Vibra Bites. Now these, like I said to you, are really high in protein, so you should polish them up. And the idea behind these Vibra Bites, guys, is they're supposed to look like worms. So I suppose fish, when they're growing out, it entices them to see the worm and eat it. So I think that's the idea behind it, but I can't fault them, they're really good. And like I say, he polishes them off because he will just polish any food off that I put in there. So it's key that I give him the right diet. But as you can see, he looks fantastic, he's very vibrant, his aggression levels are there. So again, the food's the right food for him. And that is what we feed Trigger, guys. So let's move on to another tank. Okay guys, so we're at the gold Jaguar cichlid tank, and as you know, this is a grow out tank, and I've got 4 of these. Let's go around the side and check this one out. This is one of the bigger ones, guys. Brilliant fish, coming on really nicely. Still waiting for that pair to fully form, but he is beautiful. There's one hiding behind there because I've just shot in, guys, with the camera. And then actually there's quite a lot of plecos in there, so I've got to think about them when I'm feeding. There's a big gold phantom. There's, if you look, there's a little tiny triamat growing out. There's another gold jag. That's my biggest one, guys. He's a dominant male. He's a fantastic fish. And I've got, like I said, I've got quite a few plecos in there, guys. So it's important for me to make sure that when I'm feeding these jags, that I'm taking the plex into account as well. So what I do with this, guys, is I tend to feed the Vibra Bites, which I've just mentioned. And if you look, you know, these fish, I got these fish probably now 2 months ago, and in that time they're putting good size on. So these bigger ones, he's probably put 2.5 inches in on. This guy's put 2.5 inches on, and then the little ones have probably put 1.5 inches to a couple of inches on. So these are some of the foods. So the Vibra Bites, as I've said, the Fluval Bug Bites, the Tetra Prima. These are one of Aquarium Adventures Graham's food, and it's like a sticky colour pellet. Again, that's with the plecos in mind, they love them. I also feed Graham's oak and algae pellets in this tank as well, but I put them in at night. Again, I feed this tank 3 times a day. Again, because they're growing out, I'm power feeding them, and again, the proof is in the pudding, guys. The fish are looking fantastic. Tell me if they don't, guys, because I think they look fantastic. The plex are out. And if you keep plex, guys, you know that it's not easy to get them out feeding. When I throw this food in, they come out feeding. So today we're going to feed some. I'm going to throw some Vibra Bites in, and I'm going to throw some of the sticky tablets in from Graham. And then I tend to put the oak and algae ones in at night. So let's feed the gold jags, guys. Okay, I've got the food ready, guys. We're going to throw it in now. Like I said, this is the Vibra Bites and this is the sticky tablets. So we just throw them in. They go mad for it. Look, they're very confident eaters. The little triamats come in. So the little wormy type Vibra Bites will sink. Obviously the tablets sink, but they attack them. They love them. And again, very high in protein. And now this little triamac here, he's the only one I've got left from my 4-from quota, and he's looking really good as well. Again, he's just picking at that tablet, but he will eat those Vibra Bites. And that's what we feed this tank. Now, like I said, on the other 2 feedings that I do, I mean, look at him there. He's trying to eat a full tablet. He's crunching away. He's giving that a good go. Just greed, guys. But he'll crunch it up and he'll eat it. And if you look, one of the plecos is having a nosy. It can smell food, and they will eventually come out. You probably won't see it on this video, but they will eventually come out for those tabs, and they'll just munch away, guys. And what's really good is the bits that from the tablets that come out of the jag's mouth and stuff, the plex will mop up. You know, he's already started mopping up the bits there. So yeah, again, on the other feeds, like I was saying on these guys, is I would mix the other feeds up as well. And, you know, I'd use some bug bites, I would use some tetramin, depending on which one I grab first, I suppose. But yeah, this is how we feed the gold jags. And like I said, look at them. The proof is in the pudding, guys. The proof is in the pudding. So, first and foremost, make sure your fish like the food you're putting in and they eat it. And then go from there, guys. And you can then look at your balanced diets and stuff like that. And what fish. I mean, when you're feeding Northfin cichlid formula, guys, it's got everything. It's a balanced diet. So, these kind of foods. And when these get a bit bigger, I will get them on that food. Now, look, there is the yellow seam pleco there coming out, polishing up. And the others will follow. So yeah, that's what we feed the Gold Jacks, guys. So guys, I'm not going to bore you with feeding every tank. I'm not going to show you that. It's just that I get asked this question a hell of a lot on Instagram and on YouTube. So I just thought if I do a video on it, I can guide people there. And you never know, other people might watch it. And like I said, guys, as always, thank you so much for supporting, subscribing, liking, commenting, all those things. Even people commenting me on Facebook and stuff like that. It means so much, guys. So here's to 2021 and getting to that 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you on the next video.